Hi, I'm Kara, and today we're going to be creating this cute little flower pastel drawing. Let's look at the materials you'll need and let's get started. For our materials today, we're going to be needing something to draw on, our pastels, a pencil, eraser, sharpener, and a black marker. I'm going to first start out by making two ovals, one fairly small and then one a lot bigger around the first one. The second oval is going to be pretty uneven on all sides, and this is going to make sure that we create a flower that doesn't just have all equal petals. In nature, it's very common for things to not be perfect, and so we're just trying to recreate that by drawing this outline for us. As I go through this video, I'm going to be working in real time, so if you feel like you have grasped a topic and you would like to move on to the next one, feel free to fast forward through the video to get to that next part. After I create my outline, I can go in and start putting some petals onto our flowers. I want to keep mostly within the outline, making some petals folded, some maybe curved. Some can go outside of our outline because, again, nature is not perfect, and so that's just what we're trying to recreate here. So if some of them go outside of your outline, that's totally fine. In order to make some folded petals, what you do is you actually kind of create this heart-shaped petal and then connect the two sides of the heart together with a line, a curved line. And that gives the effect that this petal is now pointed inwards towards the center of the flower. As I go through and put in my final petal, what I'm going to do is actually erase that initial oval outline so that it's not showing through on my flower. So for each of these flowers, I'm going to do the same thing, just going around, putting the petals on there. If you want to kind of gain a different perspective and you feel like, you're making all your flowers the same, go ahead and flip your canvas or whatever you're using to the opposite direction. So turn it 90 degrees, turn it upside down, whatever works for you. And that can gain a little bit of a different perspective for you to draw these flowers, to draw these petals. So not all of them look cookie cutter, right? Because that's not what we're trying to go for here. We are trying to just draw what would be realistic for these flowers. Now that all of our petals have been put in and our outlines have been erased, it is time to draw and put in color. So I'm using gallery oil pastels today. That is just what I have on hand. You can use whatever you have on hand. But yeah, I'm just gonna put in a base color and I'm gonna try to make them similar but all different. So I'm gonna start out with this kind of lightish orangey yellowy color here, and once I put in that base color I can go back in with kind of a darker hue and figure out what I want to create. So all of these are just whatever makes me happy. I'm picking out colors that I like, and so you can pick out colors that you like. If you like all blues, go for all blues. If you like all pinks, go for all pinks. There are literally no rules to what colors should be put on here. I did go ahead and blend in the colors that I put onto my flowers with my finger. This did get a little bit messy, so if you have something, I would recommend like maybe a Q-tip, or if you actually have a blender tool, that is great. The finger works kind of well. It does, I mean, the natural oils of your finger does help to blend it. But if you have something that's a little bit more controlled, I would recommend that. But yeah, finger works in a pinch. Clearly, that's what I did, and it turned out good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the centers of my flowers as well as the stalks. I'm gonna give mine kind of a green center with a dark green stalk. You can definitely choose whatever color you want to do this with. I just liked how the greens looked with my flowers, but you could totally do like a yellow or even just some fun color like purple or blue, whatever makes you happy. Alright, so after I've put in all the color and I'm happy with how my flowers are looking, I can totally just stop here and put in some leaves onto my stalk if I want. Personally, I like to do a little bit of a detail outline, and so I'm going to take my black marker and go ahead and put that in. At first I thought I might use a black oil pastel, but I really like the consistency and smoothness of a marker oil over the oil pastel. So that's why I went ahead and did that. You could totally do it with a black oil pastel, and I think it could work out really well. One thing to note here, I tried a fine tip Sharpie first, and it really didn't work very well. Those things can get pretty clogged up with the oil pastels as soon as you use them. So I recommend using a thicker marker that's not going to get clogged by what you're drawing on top of here. In my use, I did the Bic Intensities black marker, and it seemed to work really, really well. And to put in some details, all I did was lightly touch the tip of my marker onto each petal to give it just a little bit of a line or a dot to it to add that extra detail. Once I was done outlining and detailing with my black marker, I chose a lighter color oil pastel green to do for the leaves. And I really just wanted to keep it simple here since I did a lot of outlining and detailing with the flowers. I didn't really want the leaves to also be that way. So to keep it simple, I just lightly did some small leaves on the outsides of my stalks. And I really liked the simpleness against the super detail. I think it looked really, really good. And with that, that is all we have to create today. I hope you guys had fun making your own unique piece. If you are going to go post it on Instagram or Pinterest, feel free to tag me to it so that I can comment and like it at Clefairy Creations. And I hope to see you guys back again soon for another lovely chill art tutorial. Let me know if you have any comments or questions down below, and I will answer them as to the best of my ability. Have a good one and happy creating.